Hi guys, I wanted to pop on here because the other day Jane Lair, I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong, Jane. Jane asked a question about following up with leads, and more often than not, if you met them at a live party, once you leave the party, it's very hard to get a hold of them on virtual parties as well. They give you their contact information and then you just can't get a hold of them. They don't answer the phone. They don't answer a text, they don't answer a Facebook message. So the goal is to sign as many people as you can at your party, because the world we live in today, guys, it's just the way it is. Once they leave you, out of sight, out of mind, or someone talks them out of the opportunity. So I wanted to share a couple of tips on how I sign people at my parties. I actually did a party last weekend, and I signed 3 new virtual consultants at that party. So a couple of things that I do differently now than I did when I first started my business is when I do my story, and my story in my opening is no longer than like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. I have them all turn to the last page of the catalog and I show them the kits. And I just say to them, I know the last thing you were thinking about when you were driving here tonight was finding a job, but the best thing we offer in this catalog is the business opportunity. So I invite you to watch what I do, and I guarantee you could do the exact same thing. And tonight you're going to see me do a live cooking show, but there's more than one way to earn an income with the Pampered Chef. We have another opportunity to be an online consultant. How many of you are on Facebook? And almost the entire room, raises their hand. And I let them know that we have a CEO at the Pampered Chef. She's 34 years old, and she's given us such a strong online presence. I tell them that because now, especially if they're around that age, they're perking up. And I always say to them, Amazon probably had the biggest year they ever had this past holiday season. Everybody shops online. All these little shopping centers and strip malls are going out of business because everybody shops online. So you can make an incredible income being an online consultant, and you'll have an opportunity to talk to me about that later on. So I do my cooking demonstration. At the end, when I'm done, I use the door prize slips that come in the kit, and I give out tickets, and I encourage them to ask me questions. And they ask me all kinds of questions about the business, and we talk about being a virtual consultant, and they have all kinds of questions. How do you get started? Do you have to have Facebook? That whole kind of thing. And then what happens is when they come to me at checkout, and I say to each person, so did you have a good time? What are your thoughts? Tell me about what you're thinking about the business opportunity. And so many of them, and those are the people that check, maybe or yes, will say, well, it sounds like a really good idea. So what's stopping you? Well, I'm not sure. I said, well, let me see your order form. And they'll take out their order form, and let's say they have on there, $60 worth of stuff. And I will say to them, look, you're smart. Look at this small kit. It's $109, and it gives you $450 worth of products. When all is said and done here with this $60 order, you're probably going to spend close to $80 with tax and shipping. Doesn't it make more sense to take advantage of this deal? Because these kits are ridiculously discounted in these business kits. Wouldn't it make more sense to get maybe one thing to support your friend and to purchase one of these kits now if you're thinking about the business? Because I'm going to run your first show for you. If you wanted to be a cooking show consultant, I'm going to do your first party. And if you want to be a virtual consultant, I am going to run that first show for you. So you're going to make in your first show's commission probably what you invested in the business kit. If not in your first show, definitely by your second or third show. That I can promise you. So I would love to partner up with you to help you get started and earning money right away. How does that sound? So when I make them feel comfortable and I tell them it doesn't make sense to spend $60 on maybe 1 or 2 things when they can get $450 worth of products for $109, they usually see that that's the best deal in the catalog. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you start talking about the opportunity at your opening and pique their interest, and talk about it again at your closing, and at checkout, you explain to them that whatever they were purchasing, how many people come up to you and spend over $100 on maybe 1 or 2 products? Wouldn't it make more sense to start a business for a little bit more than that? And when I explain that to them, they're like, you know what, let's just do it. So I hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, just comment on the bottom and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks, guys.